Ever wondered what foods never expire? This could be vital information, especially for those preparing for unforeseen circumstances or just thinking long-term. Today we're going to explore this fascinating topic, shedding light on the importance of knowing which foods can stand the test of time. Whether you're planning for the next big snowstorm or simply want to make smart, sustainable choices for your pantry, this knowledge can be invaluable. So, without further ado, let's dive into the list of 15 foods that you can stockpile without worrying about expiry dates. Starting our list, we have honey, a natural sweetener known for its indefinite shelf life. Honey is a wonder food that's not only sweet and delicious, but also has an eternal shelf life. Its low moisture content and acidic pH create an inhospitable environment for bacteria and microorganisms, making it last forever. Remember, if your honey crystallizes, don't toss it out. A quick bath in warm water will return it to its liquid state. Moving on to salt, a staple in every kitchen. Salt is a natural preservative that's been used for centuries to help foods last longer. The reason it never expires is due to its dry nature, which prevents bacterial growth. However, it's important to store salt in a cool, dry place to prevent clumping. Third, we have sugar. Like salt, sugar also has a dry nature that discourages bacterial growth. Sugar can stay in your pantry forever, as long as it's kept dry. So if you find your sugar hardened, don't worry, it's still safe to use. Just break it apart and you're good to go. Next, we have white rice. Now it's crucial to note that this applies specifically to white, wild, jasmine and basmati rice. These varieties, when stored properly, can last up to 30 years. The reason? They're highly processed, which removes oils and thus prolongs their shelf life. However, brown rice, due to its higher oil content, has a shelf life of only 6 months. Lastly, for this segment, we have dried beans. A fantastic source of protein and fiber, dried beans can last up to 30 years when stored in a cool, dry place. The nutritional content might degrade over time, but they're still safe to eat. Just remember, the older they get, the longer they'll need to be soaked and cooked. These first 5 foods are just the beginning. Let's continue with our list. Next on our list, we have cornstarch, a versatile ingredient in many recipes. Now, cornstarch is an absolute kitchen powerhouse. It's used for thickening sauces, making light and airy cakes, and even preventing your eggs from curdling. But what's truly amazing about cornstarch is that it never expires. As long as it's kept in an airtight container in a cool, dark place, it's ready to roll whenever you need it. Moving on, we have hard liquor. This one's a bit of a no-brainer. Alcohol is a natural preservative, so hard liquors like vodka, whiskey and rum can last indefinitely. And let's not forget, aside from being a potential comfort in times of scarcity, hard liquor has other uses. It can be used for disinfecting wounds or cleaning tools, making it a versatile item to have on hand. Next up, pure maple syrup. This delicious natural sweetener can last indefinitely when unopened. Once you've popped the seal, it's best to keep it in the fridge where it can last for years. The secret is in the syrup's low water content, which makes it an inhospitable place for bacteria and fungi. The fourth food on our list is powdered milk. This one may surprise you, but when stored correctly, powdered milk can last for up to 20 years. It's a great source of vitamins and minerals, not to mention a handy substitute when fresh milk isn't available. Just make sure to keep it in a cool, dry place, away from light and moisture. Lastly, we have instant coffee. No need to worry about your caffeine fix, folks. Instant coffee can last for years past its best-by date. All you need to do is keep the container sealed and stored in a cool, dry place. And the best part? The flavor remains virtually unchanged over time. As we continue, you'll see that some of these might surprise you. So, stay tuned to find out more about foods you can stockpile that never expire. Number 11 on our list is pemmican, a high-energy food used by Native Americans and explorers. This protein-packed foodstuff is a blend of lean meats, fat, and berries. It's the original energy bar, if you will, and it can last for years, even decades, without refrigeration, making it an ideal choice for long-term storage. Let's move on to number 12, ramen noodles. Yes, Your favorite college staple is on the list. Ramen noodles are dehydrated, which means they have an incredibly long shelf life. Just remember, while the noodles themselves last practically forever, the flavor packets that come with them do have a shorter lifespan. So you might want to stock up on spices and seasonings to keep your ramen tasting fresh. Next up, we have white vinegar at number 13. This acidic liquid is a powerhouse of preservation. Not only does it never spoil, but it can also be used to preserve other foods. In addition to its culinary uses, white vinegar is handy for cleaning, so it's a great multi-purpose item to keep in your stockpile. At number 14, we have soy sauce. This Asian condiment is fermented, and the high salt content means it can stay good for a very long time. While it's true that the flavor can change over time, properly stored soy sauce will never truly go bad. And last, but certainly not least, are bouillon cubes at number 15. These compact cubes of dehydrated broth or stock are an excellent source of flavor and can last indefinitely if stored correctly. They're a great way to add depth to your cooking, even in an emergency. That concludes our list of 15 foods that never expire. But before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap. Remember, the key to long-term food storage is proper packaging and a cool, dark, dry environment. With these items in your pantry, you'll be well equipped to weather any storm, literal or figurative. So, happy prepping and bon appetit! So, we've learned about 15 foods that can last indefinitely if stored properly. From the natural sweetness of honey to the versatility of white rice, these foods offer nutrition and variety for the long haul. Salt, sugar, and hardtack are other key players in the world of non-perishable foods. And let's not forget the staple grains like wheat, corn, and oats. The secret to their longevity? Correct storage. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about food storage, the better prepared you'll be. Thanks for watching and stay prepared.